What's going on, y'all? Here's a programming challenge solution for stock commission and C++. First things first, I need to create a constant variable. It's actually a float variable, and it's going to be called commission percent. And that's going to be set equal to, I don't know, we'll say 4%. And you guys you can change this number to however you see fit. I'm just kind of making up numbers here. All right, so that's the constant float variable that I'm going to need. This is a percentage that is not to be changed throughout the program. That's why I put the keyword const right there at the beginning. The next set of variables, I need some float variables, just regular float variables that can be changed throughout the program. Scratch that. These are going to be integer variables, and one of them is going to be called number of shares. And that's going to be set equal to, we'll say 890. And then another integer, I need another integer variable. This is going to be called share price. So the share price is going to be set equal to, I don't know, 67 dollars or whatever. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so this is all the information that I'm getting as input. We'll imagine that this information is given to us by the user, but in this case, we're giving the program the information. In the process portion, I need to generate some calculations, calculate some variables. So this is another integer variable. This is called amount paid for shares. All right, and this is going to be set equal to the number of shares multiplied by the share price. All right, and as you notice, I put the semicolon here because it's the same state. It's part of this statement right here, which here I'm declaring an integer for this variable, and this variable. The reason why I just separated this is because this is kind of the process. Excuse me. This is part of the process portion of the program, and I don't think I need to create any other variables. Yes, I do. So still underneath here, the process portion, I need to add a few float variables. If you're wondering what input, process, output is, input process, output is how I chop down the program. If I'm looking at a programming challenge, first I say, okay, I know I need some input, I need to process some information, and then I need to output some information. So the input, imagine you're getting information from the user, but in this case it's kind of a basic program to where I'm giving it information, so that I would consider that the input portion. In future videos you'll see where I get information from the user, that's going to be considered the input. So the process information is where you do some calculations or do something with the information that is given to me or given by the user. So still underneath the process portion, I got a few float variables. This one is called commission total, and that's going to be set equal to the amount paid for shares multiplied by the commission percent. Okay, so here I need to change the commission percent. I need to multiply it by 100 to turn it into a decimal. Right, so imagine the user enters 4, right, 4%, making it look like this. But in our case, we need to change this into a 0.04, right? We need it. So this calculation right here is turning the commission percent into a decimal. In this case, it's turning it to 0.04. All right. So still underneath the float variable declaration, there's another float variable called total paid. And that is set equal to the commission total plus the amount paid for shares. All right, I want to make sure I got this right. Amount paid for shares is set equal to the number of shares multiplied by the share price. Good. Commission total. Just checking my work here, you guys. All right, so that's all the information that we need to process or calculate. At this point, I need to output this information to the user. I'll use a cout statement. This is one continuous cout statement on several lines. So you don't have to put cout every single time for every single line. You can just do it on separate lines, just as long as you have the semicolon at the end of that statement to terminate the cout statement. All right, inside here I'm just basically going to output the information to the user. So I'll say amount paid equals $sign right there equals the amount paid for shares. Put a line break at the end of that. Here, next thing I'm going to put is the commission percent. Equals permission percent. Put an endl, a line break after each one of these just to make it look nice. Commission total is next. And that's set equal to the commission total. And L, and then of course you can just fast forward this part. You already know what's coming next. We got the grand total, and that's set equal to some money some money variable or some kind of money, cash, whatever we want to call it, variable. Total paid is going to be inside there, and L. Okay, and then the last thing, I think that's it. Those are the 4 things that I need to output there. All right, so what I like to do sometimes is I just like to make this look nice. I just kind of tab everything until everything is kind of in line. All right, this is going to be, I'm going to put a percentage sign there, and then I just kind of tab all these. You don't have to do this, but I just like to do this because I'm kind of meticulous and I like the way it looks that way. All right, in this case, so that's the output, and that's everything. So that's everything in the program. Next thing I'm going to do is go to the Explorer, hover on this file that I'm working on, which is right here. Right click, open integrated terminal, and then you'll see a terminal pop up here down at the bottom. Right here at the terminal, make sure you're in the same directory that the file is in. So the name of the folder that this file is in is called C++ programming. To check, I'll just hit ls. All right, there's the program that I'm working on. Okay, so I need to compile C++, file name. All right, no errors. Run the program ./.a.out. Enter. All right, there's the information. I'll put it to the user.